Hi.
Okay, rolling.
Hi guys. Welcome to Now TV Canada. This is my second teleprompting episode attempt, man. This time goes much better than the first time. The first time I did have all the teleprompting words going up there and I didn't know how to make it go faster and it was going too slow and, well, it just didn't work out right. This time's a little different. This teleprompting has personal message, personal purpose, multiple purposes. And the biggest one today is Val Kilmer. I had anticipated that I'd be in Hollywood working with a bunch of the producers over there by now, and actors, and for whatever reasons, producers, publishers, agents are just not receiving my work and like reading it. So it's just sitting there undiscovered. And so until I hit that jackpot, until I do something that makes that right move for me and I remain independent, I don't know what's going to happen. But in the meantime, what I was able to do, for the sake of Val Kilmer, by inspiration, because I did watch the movie Val, was write this book. And lo and behold, I think I did it in like record-breaking speed. I'll come a little closer so y'all can see it. Let me bring it down here. We're going to go this way. Vortex of Energy for Val Kilmer. It is my idea. Here's the back part. That there should be a second movie called Val 2. And that second half would be me telling my half of the story. So the title of this book is Vortex of Energy, Val 2, author Jennifer Cooley, which is me. And it's Kilmer and me on becoming stars. Because that was why he had recorded all of that film footage. All that film footage and had all those collages and stuff in his warehouse. And I got worried that after he passed away, the further out you go, the people would start forgetting about him and wanting to remove that material and close down the warehouse. And I couldn't stand the thought of that. So what I want to do here with the time I have that I've booked is read Vortex of Energy. Here is also my card, Future Productions. And on one side it shows pictures of Supergirl 2, which is actually a trilogy, 2, 3, and 4. And then it shows the Smallville reunion movie and the binders. That's a 2-part movie, of which I've only released the first half for people to read because I'm pretty upset on the IOUs and the apologies. So I'm going to let people just sort of hang in the wind over what is in the second half of the Smallville reunion movie. I'm still shopping for producers. I'm leaning towards Bryan Singer, who hasn't done anything great in a few years because he's been enjoying being a dad, which is great. I'm happy he's had that time. But I could use Henry Cavill as my Superman. And of course, we can use Ben Affleck as the Batman. In my story of understanding Val Kilmer's movie Val, he had been looking for that particular person so he could write a second movie, or the last movie he writes, regarding Batman and who he could leave Wayne Industries to. And that would have been my daughter because her father, biologically, his name is Bruce Wayne. Bruce David Wayne Johnson. So my daughter is technically Batman's only child. So it would have fit with Val Kilmer's artistic skills and imagination on that time frame, which would explain why everybody kept watching him flip the pen through his fingers. But he didn't know what to do. And he was going to the Comic-Cons on tour there, and Tom Welling was on tour at the Comic-Cons, and they never ran into each other. There was never any talking, and of course there was never any talk about me. So without further ado, I'm going to have to fix all that through these teleprompting events. So, Vortex of Energy. I have to take the glasses off because I don't need them to read up close. Kilmer and me on becoming stars. Now, in the front cover, there's a picture of me in a cat suit for Halloween at 18. So I will put that up on the green screen behind me. You may not see the green screen, so I may not have need to say that. But if there's any part of this where you do see it, afterwards you'll see the bigger picture of that because it'll get put up for that. So now, isn't that the cat's meow, is what it says underneath there. And we go inside, and the dedication is to Val Kilmer and my grandma. And there's a picture of my acting school, where I went to in Brandon, Manitoba, back in 1993. And if you watch the Val movie, you'll see that he mentions that exact year, and what was going on in his life at that time. And it was paid for by my grandmother. Thank you, Grandma. I am who I am today because of you. And then it says a little bit about the author. Still dedicated to my writing and filmmaking career. Decades and decades of it. I miss River Phoenix and Heath Ledger too. And then it says 15 years clean, May 3rd, 2025. And to everybody struggling with issues I just said, remember not to forget. And it looks like that. So, brought to you by Future Productions. That's the name of my company. So anybody that wants a future in producing should come on over here to Vancouver, Canada, and work with me in Future Productions, producing future productions, and have a great time getting to know what I know, getting to know what I have to share, and making even better movies in this next decade than what we've probably made in the last 20 years or so. I think we've fallen short on both sides of the border, and we need to fix that. Okay, so there is like funky looking vortex pictures in the inside of that there. So the first poem is called Vortex of Energy. No rehearsal, here we go. Vortex of energy. My heart is crushed, my soul misaligned with these times. I do not fit, I am amiss. For all the years of wandering and pondering with the words I have penned to pages, in songs, poems, stories, and sonnets, year after year, over where you are, my dear, over where else I must travel to find rest, peace, and joy, in the arms of the right Prince Charming, in the arms of my angel, one who can soothe my soul and resurrect my heart, to a place where I wish to and can live again. But it gets harder and harder every day, as the lives of those I've known so well, people I was so familiar with for so long, all of them dying. You know, just leaving this life so quickly and far too young. With new faces and ages and ideologies on the horizon, people and strangers from everywhere, culture and music and other beliefs that are not of my time. How does one live in something to which they do not relate? I have no TV and no Wi-Fi in my apartment. I have to be careful as to what I will watch or listen to keep the nightmares and migraines away. I can't even turn on the car radio without being sick of all the American music. I wasn't even born there. Where did the British and European music scenes go? Today's new stuff in styles that I just don't understand. It's noise, simply. That's all. There's no grace, no pause, no poise. When did people get so uncomfortable with silence and being alone with themselves? And the old stuff, the classics, as they say, well, I hate to tell you all, but this is no longer 1993. And being on radio repeat reminder of just how much everything has changed only brings it back to the beginning of that crushed heart over everyone and everything now gone. Those I'm missing from a life and time past for me, and those now only left in pictures, my words or memories. I have given it a good fight. I did all the things I could do to find true love with friends, family, and a partner in this life around that God and Jesus that alone serving and being devoted to is not enough when born of flesh and blood, when one has suffered abuse at the hands of others in multiple ways. It is important, so much more than ever, that love is profoundly needed and must be found and given. So to you, my dear, wherever you are, I write these words and do confess how much I long for you, how much I am sorrowful for the lifetime of love we've lived without having, for not finding each other. But maybe through my keeping things alive and keeping my heart beating, writing my words of passion, then maybe, baby, there may still be a chance that love will happen upon us both. And we do find one another alive, still with some grace in time to love and be loved and yoked together. So here's to hoping my crushed heart heals and my invisible tears nobody sees, nobody hears, with all the emotion of what I've written is felt by you, my dear. And that famous vortex of energy will yet still guide us on the right path where our two lives and souls will finally collide. Written by Jennifer Cooley. So I'm going to try to step down off that stool. And we're going to show you the pictures I chose to put in the book of Val when he was young and me when I was young. It's a pretty good reason to want to own the book. All right. Whew. Here we go. My tennis skirt is booging me. Okay, back up onto the little chair here. All right. I need another chair for all of this stuff. Okay. Heaven's Gates. Poem 2, the sonnet, right? So, people can contact Future Productions online future.productions at online.com. Oh, sorry. futureproductionsonline.com. I'm trying to remember the Gmail email. It's in the book. Here, we'll look in the book. All right. So, you go to futureproductions.online@gmail.com, and then you can email me for a copy of the book. Or go to the website, and you can also watch this on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/IamJustJen. So in this one, at Heaven's Gates, there's the scriptures. It says Ephesians 4:23, be renewed in the spirit of your mind. And then 1 John 2:17, the man who does the will of God lives forever. So this is the major piece, and there's just pictures of Heaven's Gates everywhere. This is the tribute piece. Come along with me. Heaven's Gates. Your love, my heart, working together side by side, in unison, a thing of beauty that no others could see. That we're not alone. All those years in waiting, pen in hand, flipping through your fingers, in trying to understand what to do about your Batman, the legacy of Wayne Industry, and who he was to leave it to. A child you never met. So that pen continued to flip, unable to write that next script about a father meeting his daughter. I'm proud of you, Val, for believing in what was unseen, for patiently waiting, holding on to the hope that one day there would be freedom over whatever it was that kept us apart. It is complicated, I'm afraid. A simple poem would not be the answer to the fix. Things your conscious mind would find unfathomable to think of. As a way of life in which someone you could care so much for could possibly be living through. Well, that was exactly what was happening to me. Well, you got to enjoy your glory in the light, as it should be. And there's more pictures there that people should own this book to see. I was living in those places of darkness and of death. All the things that were sacred and heavenly in value was being taken from me. And so the life that goes with it was the path I was born to be on, to gain my wisdom and experience while finding my way to the only kind of recovery that would work for me. Born of God, Jehovah, as his daughter and witness first. A mission impossible for ordinary humans to understand. I was not born ordinary, but rather extraordinary, all the while losing everything to me in physical and literal terms that would make it worth living at all. But this challenge aside, by and by, I declare one thing could not be stopped, could not be changed, like an iron rod born for its purpose, for its time and place. That I was born to write. So as I grew, I continued to use that pen in hand. I've let my fingers flow, so the words of my testimony, and our stories could still be written and shared as it should be. Oh, now let it be known how much I thank you, Val, for being so real, videotaping everything while I could only use a pen. My heart hurts so bad I really can't compile words that describes being treated completely the opposite, to be denied one's childhood artistic desires. Oh, for the love my Lord and God had for me, no matter my struggles and difficulties, to believe in me so and know that I would make it for the sake of both our souls. Oh, how much more he could see about the place you call death. In understanding why he kept me away from everyone a part of Hollywood film and TV for so long. Yes, some written words of history for which a record there must be, with meaningfulness and purpose for the course of life that would take place between two people whose stories were far more important and deeper than anyone else could have known. I'm crying as I write these words, not knowing when this journey ends as I bear it all alone, but still hold on to the faith that we will meet face to face and embrace. When these words will then be a testament of truth and love that God can restore and heal, explaining our combined outer body experience through this all. I didn't need to be there witnessing that place by car, driving through it with you. How much more do you think I would see when adding in where I've already been? I've had little to no money most of my life. I've had to fight, scrape, scratch, claw, and climb every step up that ladder of learning and life, in finding my way, my place in the world, the making of my own destiny, accomplishing what those others said could not be done. My history in words mattered more than I ever knew because of you. Making a movie about being stars while living it apart, well, it takes years of living it in the moment and capturing what of it you can. When God, quite literally, was the only person who could see and understand the movies in the making, yes, the legacy of our work. The tricky part has been the balance through it all. I didn't have the support of others through my years. No one was by my side, no handouts, no hand up, no one holding it at all. I know nothing about suburban life, backyard pools and barbecues, lavish parties, limos, and such things. I'd probably have killed someone who ate caviar in front of me. Must be the Canadian in me, eh? I can't understand a life of ease, where there is always enough money for everything. A bank account with savings. What's that? $10,000 to $30,000 vacation? I couldn't fathom wasting that much dime In my life, I just scramble and work so hard to reach and live there, just to get by. So I can continue to grow and achieve the goals one step at a time that makes me the artist whose voice these words happens to be speaking for you and me. There are so few who could understand that I would go mad if I did not create the story of existence, the one we've told. Each one must be written. I can't imagine how this would have gone for the two of us if I didn't use the pen the way that I do. But as we know, my friend, because you did show yourself to me, and I to you in understanding the other was there, even if we didn't know where. The grief and the weight of it all held its place in the silence. For the crushing of our time, would we ever meet? Oh, how these words declare, I know you, the way that I do, Val. Oh, Bruce Wayne of mine. Time will stand still in that place between us where that